I know it's been a while, and I didn't give any notice that I was coming live, but I just got inspired, so I'm here. And because I didn't announce it, I don't know when folks are gonna come in. So if you are watching this on the replay, just hashtag replay. Oh, I got a couple viewers. Hello, hello. Hi, ladies. This is just gonna be a quick live. I don't want to talk super long, but me and my best friend were having a really good conversation about pretty privilege, and I was like, this is really good. I want to film a video on this and post it in a group. So here I am, and so I'll just hop right in, and as you come in, say hi so I can say hi back to you. And like I said, if you're watching this on a replay, just hashtag replay so I know somebody watched it later. So we were talking about pretty privilege, and she watched this video on YouTube where this woman was saying, you know, that she doesn't hang around women that are prettier than her because she doesn't want to feel bad about her appearance. She feels like she'll never really be seen as pretty by the type of men that she's interested in, and that when she hangs out with women who are, you know, prettier than her, she feels bad about herself, and also the men give the attention to her friends and not to her. And, you know, obviously she's had enough experiences like that that made her feel bad, so she avoids hanging out with pretty women. So why that mindset is problematic is, first of all, I would say if you're hanging around women, okay, and the women are, you know, either naturally pretty, you know, they just, you know, they're born with great skin, great hair, you know, they're fit and all that stuff, and you feel some kind of way about it, I would look at how you feel as an indication that you probably want something more than where you're at. So in my opinion, this is my perspective, pretty privilege is a choice. Okay, a lot of the women that we look at that we feel like are beautiful, some of the most beautiful celebrities out there, even like, you know, your Instagram models and influencers and whoever, they put in a lot of work to look like that. Okay, they don't just roll out of bed and on their worst day they're just drop dead gorgeous. Everybody's a regular human being, but there are some women who invest in their looks. They invest in making sure that their hair is done professionally and that it looks good. They invest in quality cosmetics or a makeup artist. They invest in a trainer. They go to the gym. They have a personal chef or whoever who, oh, hey Rachel, thank you. They invest in getting a meal plan, or, you know, having a, what's it called, like meal prep or whatever. They do what they gotta do so that they can look how they want to look. So this woman on the video, she was not ugly, but what we can conclude is she could probably be doing more, and she's not willing. So I just want to highlight that her feeling the way she feels is a choice. She's choosing to see herself as less pretty or not on the status of these other women who put in more effort to look good. So I would invite her to consider, you could be doing more. You could feel better about yourself. I mean, it's rare you'll see a woman who is really doing everything she can to look as good as possible, and she doesn't feel confident in the presence of other women. You have to be trying. You know what I mean? And I mean, I'm just being honest. A lot of us are lazy. A lot of us are lazy. I've heard women who say, I'm not putting on no makeup. I'm not putting on a dress. I do my own hair. I'm not into getting my nails done. That takes too much time. Okay, well, if that's how you feel, then don't walk around feeling like women who are getting men turning their heads looking at them, or who are getting doors open for them, or who are glowing or getting attention, or who feel good about themselves. Don't look at them and be like, oh, well, you know, I don't want to hang around them because I don't want them stealing the attention from me. You could be getting attention too. You could be, but you're just choosing not to do what it's going to take. And it's because of laziness. And I'll even go so far as to say, if you don't possess what you feel like would look good naturally, there's things you can do. Okay, there's dermatologists, there's dentists, like I said, there's trainers. I mean, people get plastic surgery. I'm not sitting here telling you to get plastic surgery, but what I'm saying is, you think a lot of these Hollywood celebrities didn't go that route so that they could be happy with their appearance? I mean, the bottom line is, you're living in this body. You're never going to go anywhere else. This is the only place you're ever going to live. If you're not happy with it, do what you got to do so you can feel good, so you can be confident, so you're not looking at somebody else like, oh, well, if only I was light skinned, if only I had this kind of hair or whatever. Like, do the best you can with what you have first. Try your best with what you have and then see how you feel. Because no, you can't change your race. No, you can't. I mean, you could change your face. I mean, obviously, like through plastic surgery and stuff, but there's some things about yourself that you cannot change, but there is a lot you can change. We're living in 2022. There is a lot more available to you than there was women 100 years ago for you to look good. And a lot of us just don't want to do it. There are women who don't even want to put any gloss on their lips. So if you don't feel attractive, or if you're not attracting men, I'm sorry, but it's your choice. You're choosing that. Men like attractive women. The world likes attractive women. And there are doors that will be open for you by you being attractive, but you are shutting that out because you don't value that. You value your education, you value your credit score, you value your accomplishments, you value all these other things about yourself that you are willing to put time, money, and effort into, but not your looks. And I mean, if it's working out for you, great. But if it's not, I would encourage you to care a little bit more about that too, because how you present and your image does matter. And people are judging you off of that. Men are not checking your resume before they decide if they want to walk over to you and ask for your phone number. They feel like no matter how good of a woman you are, there are women who are like, but I'm a good woman. I deserve a good man because I'm a good woman. But he don't know that by looking at you. What he knows by looking at you is, are you attractive? And men are like, you can be a good woman all day, but if you are not grabbing my attention, you're not the woman for me. Because the woman for me is not only going to be a good woman, but she's also going to be attractive. And if you think about it, because we've talked about it in the group, that's the same mindset that women have about men who are those good guys who get butt hurt when you don't choose them and you choose to go off with, whoever, and they consider him a bad guy or, like toxic. And those men that say, oh, women are always choosing toxic guys and they overlook the good ones. That's the same mindset that a lot of women have when they don't get the type of man they want. Oh, they're only going for the women with the BBLs and the light skin and, the full lips and green eyes or whatever. And they're overlooking me, but I'm a good woman. They gonna like what they like. Just like you like what you like. Because there's men you're overlooking. While you're judging them for overlooking you, the men that you want, there's men that you're overlooking because you feel like you're too good for them. Everybody has a standard. Everybody has somebody that they feel like is on their level or a level they don't want to go lower than. So if you feel like you can do better, if you feel like you can get someone more attractive or who makes more money or who has a higher status or whatever, you're going to go for that. So you need to position yourself to be attractive to the type of man you want. It doesn't matter if you think that these qualities you possess should be important to him. You need to find out what's important to him. And that's what you need to be displaying. That's what you need to be emphasizing. Not the things that you think are important, because that's not how that works. Same thing with the type of men who want to get your attention. Should they be emphasizing, oh, well, I can fix a car, and oh, well, I bring my mama dinner every Sunday, and, I'm a great baseball player. If that's not stuff that you care about, it's like, okay, nice, and, good, great for you, but this is what I'm looking for. This is what I value. I want somebody who embodies these qualities. You need to find out what the type of man you're interested in wants and embody that. And one of your first things that's going to serve you well universally is your attractiveness. And it's so taboo, to tell women that they could be doing more to be more attractive because, it hurts, it hits us, it stings, and, it feels shallow. women will go off if you even suggest anything about, weight loss or makeup or wearing dresses or, anything physical, because it's such a sensitive area and none of us want to feel ugly. And I get it. And I would never sit here and call anybody ugly, but I would be doing women I work with and women in general a disservice if I didn't say there are certain things that are considered generally attractive, especially in Western culture where a lot of us live. We're westernized. And if you're not doing your best in those areas, and it's your personal best, I'm not saying you got to look like Cindy Crawford or Rihanna or Beyonce, but you can probably look better than you looking. That's just, for most of us. And I even go through it too. I have days where I, especially with me working from home, where I don't get dressed, where I be looking raggedy. Okay, where I don't want to put makeup on, I don't want to put in the effort, I barely want to brush my teeth, I don't want to do my hair, I don't want to put no eyeliner on my eyes, I don't want to do none of that. But you pay the price for the choices you make. So if you continually make choices like that and then you go out and you're expecting to attract high quality and you're not attracting it, you have to ask yourself, well, am I doing what it is going to take to get that? Did I put in my best effort? Or did I think I should just get it because I deserve it? It don't matter how I look. It don't matter how I'm presenting myself. Let me check the comments because I just been on a roll. I just had to get that out. Let me see. Michelle says you're glowing. I love your headband. Thank you. Mindset has to change in order to get everything else in order. Change inside out. Yes. And I think that's it. Yeah. So I just want to come on and say that, I was talking to my friend and we were just saying, that even with you being beautiful, that doesn't mean that you're going to get the type of man you want. So I want to emphasize that what's most important is how the man feels about you. You don't really want men that you want. You want men that want you. And you want someone who wants you who is quality. Because a lot of times the men you want, you don't really know them like that. You want them because of how they look and how they appear on the outside. But you could get the very man that you want, that you are like pining after, salivating over, the Jason Momoa, the Boris Kojo, the Brad Pitt, but you don't know how they are behind closed doors. That doesn't guarantee just because he looks good that he's going to treat you right, that he's going to have the type of character that is going to be a good match for you. That doesn't mean he's going to be faithful. There's so much more to a relationship than just what you see in appearances. So you really need to care about the type of man who's going to step up and treat you right and be consistent in your life and do right by you. That should be your first priority, because you can be beautiful and attract the type of men that you think you should be aligned with based on looks. Look at some of the most beautiful women in the world. Look at your Jennifer Lopez's, look at your Mariah Carey's and Beyonce and Rihanna and all. Are they with like drop dead gorgeous men? Not necessarily. Not really. But there was someone who loves them, at least from what we know. So it's like, is that really, there's a whole set of problems. I have a video about this, a whole set of problems that comes with getting with a man who feels like he's gorgeous, who feels like he is cream of the crop, looks wise, and a lot of women are lusting after him because of his looks. He often does not want to limit himself. He wants to utilize his options because there's so many women throwing themselves at him. You know what I'm saying? And you're not the beautiful one in that relationship. No matter how pretty you are, he's competing with you for the attention. He's competing with you for who's the most attractive one in the relationship. Hold on, I got a comment. Hey Hermisha, how are you? Hey sis. I'm just doing a quick video because I was just like super inspired to just go off on this. Like, I want us to be in a place where we can keep it real with each other and say, hey, you could be doing more physically. You'd probably have better luck if you and sometimes you got to put in a little more effort than you may want to. You might need to hire a professional. You might need to get a stylist. You might need to get your makeup professionally done. You might need to see a dermatologist. You might need to see a professional hairdresser and stop doing your hair yourself. You don't always know what to do. The woman in the video that I watched who was talking about she doesn't have pretty privilege and she doesn't like hanging around pretty women, she dressed herself, she did her own makeup, everything was DIY. And here's what I say about DIY. It ain't for everybody. Okay, so imagine I have a house and I want to decorate it, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to hire an interior decorator or a painter. I'm gonna just do it myself. So when I paint the walls myself and the lines are all squiggly and there's paint where there ain't supposed to be paint and it's not crisp and it's not looking bomb, and I have a Pinterest inspiration and I try to do it myself and it doesn't come out right and I'm mad, whose fault is that? Because I didn't want to pay, I didn't want to invest, I wanted to go the cheap route, I wanted to cut corners, and it didn't come out right. That's on me. If you want it done right, you pay a professional. People who are wise know this. They know that they have strong suits, and obviously if you're in the place where you need a stylist, where you need assistance with your aesthetic, you don't already know what to do, or you don't know how to do it on that level. Especially if you're looking at women who do utilize professional stylists. They have people guiding them on what clothing looks best on their body. They have a professional trainer who's telling them what workouts to do, what food to eat. They're not just buying healthy choice meals and doing crunches. But if that's what you want to do, if you don't want to spend money on it, if you don't want to spend time on it, if you don't want to make it a priority, then you're going to get results according to that. So I'm just saying, like, if you want to be serious about it, if you want next level results, I recommend working with a professional and not trying to do it yourself, not trying to cut corners and being like, oh, well, you know, it didn't work out, and then completely throwing your hands up on the process because you didn't give it your best effort. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times you won't do that with other things you deem important. You didn't cut corners when it came to school. You didn't cut corners with the type of house you wanted to live in or car or the type of job you wanted. You pursued that with your foot on the gas to the floor. You was like, you know what? No, this is what I deserve. I deserve blah, 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 and I'm pursuing that until I get it. I'm not settling, but we will settle on how we look. We will settle on our weight. We will settle on our looks and feel like a man should just take us however. And when the type of man who approaches us is not the type of man we want, then we're mad at the world or we're mad at all men, when really you didn't give it a college try. You didn't put in your best effort, and you can. And I want to encourage you to do so because that is going to serve you well. If you are super duper duper overweight, that is holding you back in dating. Bottom line, if you will not do everything you can to make your face as aesthetically pleasing as it possibly can be, that is holding you back. If you are not dressing well, if your clothes are not flattering, that is holding you back. It's going to hold you back. That doesn't mean you can't find somebody. But again, this is especially for the women who are not satisfied with the results they're getting. That means you need to make changes. That means that something is amiss and you need to go back to the drawing board and revise. You need to make some adjustments. You need to recalibrate and not think that you should just be able to get by doing whatever, even though it's not working. If it's not working, if you're trying to level up, if you want the next level of man, it's going to require the next level of you. And at some point, you're going to have to look at the exterior. Because we will, one thing I notice a lot of women will avoid is the exterior work and then the inner work in terms of the mindset stuff. We are keen to work on everything else, but we do not want to go to therapy, and we do not want to get in the gym, get disciplined, get a makeover. We don't want to do it. And that is a form of self-sabotage because, yes, it's holding you back. Yes, it will make the difference between who turns their head and is interested in you and who doesn't. And that is the one area that a lot of women are prioritizing last or rebelling against or mad about or whatever. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you, because the thing you're avoiding doing is the thing that's going to make the difference for you. So I'm going to get off of here because I've said enough. And I want y'all to enjoy your Sunday. Have a beautiful rest of the day. I hope that this has been helpful. Oh, one other thing I did want to say. Great example of this is Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner did not start off looking like anything you would write home about. She was not the cutest Kardashian. She was not getting any attention. I mean, granted, we, saw her come into the spotlight as a child, but even as a child, she was not like anything special looking. And now she runs a company that has earned her billions of dollars, that's centered around beauty. She's considered beautiful. She's sought after for modeling, and she's attained a new level of fame where she's competing with her sister Kim, who's the one that put the whole family on, because she stepped up her look. So Kylie wasn't born with pretty privilege, but she got it. So are you willing to do what it's going to take to get it? You may not have Kylie money, but you don't have to have Kylie money. There are plenty of everyday women who are walking into plastic surgeons' offices, or walking into the gym, or walking into the meal prep place and getting on a plan, or who are walking into the dermatologist or the esthetician, walking into the dentist, walking into the hair salon, or whatever it is that you need to do, walking into the nail salon. You got to figure it out. Because we cannot hate on or be mad at women who have the results and the outcomes that we want when we aren't willing to do what they had to do to get it. And yes, there's some women who are blessed in certain areas and they don't have to work on it, but we all have to work on something. And if your aesthetic is one thing you have to work on, then just embrace it and do it. Stop putting it off, because guess what? You won't be as young as you are today ever again. And you get to a point where now you're fighting aging. Now you're fighting your skin quality. Now you're fighting, certain things that you can't hide. Go ahead and maximize the beauty that you can have now while you're in your youth. You're in your youth no matter how old you are right now, because this is the youngest you'll ever be. So embrace it. You're getting the message now. Embrace it. Do what you can, especially if you're single and you're trying to attract someone high quality. Just know, a man cannot look at you and know that you have a good heart. And you probably know that. But you're like telling yourself this story that you deserve a certain type of man based on the type of woman you are. But you're leaving out the part that men are visual, and that he's not going to know that about you just by looking at you. So you need to attract him with what he finds attractive, with what's going to get his attention. And then you will win his heart with the type of woman you are. But if you don't get step 1 down, you won't get to step 2. So don't sleep on it. And it's not going to hurt you. You're going to feel good about yourself. You may have some feelings about that. There's some women who have reservations around looking beautiful or getting attention from men or whatever. And those are the things you need to work out with a counselor or a coach, because those are things you need to overcome with your mindset work. And you can. But bottom line is, it's not going to hurt you for you to enhance your beauty. You're going to feel better about yourself. It's going to open more doors and give you more opportunities. It's a no-lose situation. We just got to get more disciplined. We got to make it a priority, and we got to realize how it's holding us back when we don't. Okay, so I love you all. I will talk to you soon. Have a blessed week ahead. If you need anything, DM me, and I'll be available. And I'll answer any questions you have about this or anything else. Quick plug. I didn't do a masterclass yet this month because I needed to, sorry, my throat got dry. I needed to kind of fine tune what I was going to put in the femininity class. So I'm still working on that. So I'll probably release that as a either end of July, early August masterclass. But I still have vet available. I'm going to really start promoting that more because I see so many women that need it. So many women who need it. And also clarity. So vet and clarity are available. DM me if you're interested. If you want coaching, DM me. If you want intuitive guidance, DM me. I offer those as one-off sessions. And I'm also going to be relaunching my membership group pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that. And again, have a great week. Have a great rest of your day. I love you. Mwah. Take care. Bye.